The emergency beacon pierced through the cosmic void, its desperate pulse carrying across 17 star systems before reaching the nearest Galactic Council monitoring station. Ambassador Zilth's tentacles quivered as she decoded the transmission from the mining vessel Gentle Harvest. Mayday, Mayday. This is Captain Vex of the Altarian mining ship Gentle Harvest. We are under attack by Ravager pirates. Hull breaches on decks 4 through 7. Life support failing. We have civilians aboard, scientists, their offspring, elderly passengers. Please, anyone who receives this, we need immediate assistance. Zilth's 4 eyes blinked in rapid succession as she processed the coordinates. The Gentle Harvest was 3 hours away from the nearest Council patrol ship, but the Ravagers were notorious for their efficiency. 3 hours might as well be 3 years. She scrolled through the emergency response protocols, her hopes dimming with each option. The Centaurian Defense Fleet was engaged in a territorial dispute near the Vega cluster. The Andromedan Peace Corps had strict non-interference policies regarding pirate conflicts. The Crystalline Collective couldn't survive in the radiation-heavy sector where the attack was occurring. Then her scanning array detected something that made her secondary stomach churn with dread. A human fleet was in the vicinity. Zilth had only heard stories about the humans, the Deathworlders, from the impossible planet called Earth. Their world was a nightmare of crushing gravity, poisonous atmosphere, temperature extremes that would kill most sentient beings in seconds, and predators so vicious that the humans had somehow evolved to be apex predators themselves. The Council had only recently made contact with them, and already their reputation for violence was legendary. Still, they were the only option. With trembling appendages, Zilth transmitted the distress signal to the human fleet. Admiral Sarah Chen stood on the bridge of the UES Retribution, her weathered hands clasped behind her back as she watched the tactical display. The human fleet, 3 destroyers, 2 cruisers, and her flagship had been conducting routine patrol exercises when the alien transmission arrived. "Ma'am," Communications Officer Torres called out, "we're receiving an emergency signal from an alien vessel. They're under attack by pirates." Chen nodded grimly. "Patch it through." The desperate voice of Captain Vex filled the bridge, his translator struggling with the alien's rapid, panicked speech. Chen had encountered few non-human species since humanity's entry into galactic society, but she recognized terror in any language. "Time to intercept?" she asked. 47 minutes at maximum burn, replied Navigator Kim. "Do it. All ships, prepare for combat operations." "Admiral," Torres hesitated, "the alien who forwarded this transmission. She seems concerned about our involvement." Chen raised an eyebrow. "Concerned how?" She's asking us to exercise restraint. Something about proportional response and minimal casualties." A dark smile crossed Chen's face. These aliens clearly didn't understand what they'd just unleashed. The Ravager assault ship Bloodfang hammered the Gentle Harvest with plasma cannons, each hit sending violent tremors through the mining vessel's hull. Captain Skarex, the Ravager commander, watched with satisfaction as his boarding parties prepared to storm the ship. Altarians were pathetic creatures, weak, compliant, profitable. Their mining ship would yield enough rare elements to fund his crew for months, and the passengers would fetch good prices in the slave markets of the Outer Rim. "Sir," his sensor operator called out, "new contacts approaching. 5 ships, unknown configuration." Skarex's predatory grin widened. "More victims. Analysis? Small fleet. Wait." The operator's voice changed. "Sir, they're broadcasting on military frequencies, reading massive energy signatures. These aren't civilian vessels." "So?" "We've handled military before." "How many ships?" 5, but, sir, they're accelerating beyond normal combat parameters. These readings can't be right. No ship should be able to maintain this acceleration without killing the crew. Scarex snarled. Impossible. What species? A long pause. Human, sir. The bridge fell silent. Every Ravager had heard whispers about the Deathworlders, the insane species that somehow survived on a planet that would kill any sane being. Stories of their reckless tactics, their impossible endurance, their complete disregard for their own safety in combat. How long until they arrive? Scarex asked, his voice suddenly small. 17 minutes. Signal the fleet. Prepare to retreat. Sir, we can take 5 ships. You don't understand, Scarex whispered. These aren't just any ships. These are human ships. They don't fight to win territories or capture resources. They fight to completely destroy their enemies. There are no survivors when humans go to war. The human fleet dropped out of FTL directly between the Gentle Harvest and the Ravager ships. To the Altarians watching, it seemed like suicide, 5 ships against 8, with the humans badly outnumbered. They didn't understand human tactics. Admiral Chen's voice cut across all frequencies, cold and final. Ravager vessels, you have 30 seconds to withdraw from this system. This is your only warning. Captain Scarex tried to project strength in his response. Humans, you are outnumbered. Withdraw now, and we'll allow you to leave unharmed. Negative, Chen replied. You have 20 seconds. We have superior numbers and firepower. You cannot. 10 seconds. Scarex began to realize that the humans weren't bluffing. They weren't posturing. They were simply giving him the opportunity to save himself that their strange code of honor apparently required. 5 seconds. The Ravager captain's nerve broke. All ships, full retreat. Emergency jump. But it was too late. The human ships moved with predatory precision, their impossible acceleration crushing their crews against reinforced combat seats. Plasma beams and kinetic rounds tore through Ravager shields like they were made of vapor. The humans didn't aim to disable or capture, they aimed to obliterate. In 17 minutes, 8 Ravager ships became expanding clouds of superheated debris. Ambassador Zilth watched the aftermath in stunned silence. Her sensors showed no Ravager survivors, no escape pods, no disabled vessels. The humans had simply erased them from existence. Then came Admiral Chen's voice, calm and professional. Altarian vessel Gentle Harvest. This is Admiral Chen of the United Earth Fleet. Your attackers have been eliminated. Do you require medical assistance or escort to the nearest station? Captain Vex's response was barely above a whisper. Thank you. We have wounded, but our medical bay is functional. How did 5 ships destroy 8 so quickly? Superior firepower and tactics, Chen replied, matter-of-factly, as if she hadn't just demonstrated why humans were quickly becoming the most feared species in the galaxy. Safe travels, Captain. As the human fleet disappeared into FTL, Ambassador Zilth updated her report to the Galactic Council. The humans had responded to the distress call with typical efficiency and devastating results. No Ravager ships survived. She paused before adding her personal note, recommendation. When human vessels offer assistance, do not decline. When human vessels offer warnings, comply immediately. The Deathworlders do not bluff. In the depths of space, word spread quickly among the pirate fleets. Avoid systems with human patrols. The Deathworlders didn't just win battles, they ended them so completely that survivors became extinct.